Rec- So I think we're ready. Good evening, everybody. My name's Rosalind. Most of you have met me already, I think, in previous sessions. I'd just like to say if there's anybody new here tonight, brand new, you've not been before, if you just follow along with us tonight with the meditation and the affirmations that we're going to do. And if you can join us again on Thursday night this week, the same place, the same link and the same time. At the end of that session on Thursday, there'll be some breakout rooms, like support rooms, and there'll be Sahaja practitioners there. So you'll be able to ask any questions you need to, and they'll explain more about Sahaja if you need it. So if you're new. So welcome everybody tonight. I hope we can have a nice meditation together. Please, if you would, take off your shoes or slippers so that we can have a stronger connection with the Mother Earth. And if you have a candle always lit in front of you in your meditation area, this will burn off any unwanted energies that we no longer need from our system. I'd quite like to introduce you to a stronger connection with your own Kundalini tonight. And to do this, we really just have to pay attention to her, trust her, and be alert and watch and listen. And that happens while we're meditating. This Kundalini of ours will remove all traumas from our past, all those little hurts and traumas that nearly all of us have gone through. She'll wash all of those away, but we do have to go a little bit deeper for that to happen. And it is a very gradual process. So this journey that we're on, we're doing it together. It's a very collective effort, Sahaja Yoga is. This journey that we're on is our spiritual ascent. And to my way of thinking, it's what human life and nature was supposed to be about. And it was certainly what I was looking for. And I'm hoping that everybody that joins us in meditation is what they're looking for as well. I hope we can fulfill that. So, as we've always done, we always do every day, morning and evening, we're going to raise our Kundalini together. And if you're new, I'll show you how to do it. We start with this left hand, we cup the hand slightly, and we bring it up. There's a center channel that runs up our body like this. We bring it up, and as we're bringing it up, we push the right hand and wind it round, out and round. We bring it up above the head, we tie a knot. Symbolic knot to keep up the Kundalini high. We start again. The bottom of the spine, in front of our body, we raise the Kundalini again. This actually starts the vibrations flowing already. We tie 2 knots, wide, big knots. We do it a third time. And this time we tie 3 knots. Now the Kundalini sits in a 3.5 coiled way at the bottom of the spine, like a serpent. And those three actions also represent that, as well as 3 channels, left, center, and the right. We use the right hand, again slightly cupped, and we use the vibrations. We've been making vibrations now because we've been meditating. So you've already been creating these vibrations. You may not always feel it, but one day you'll feel it so beautifully that you'll know that's what's been happening. So we cup the hand and we start just to the left of the left hip. We're going to cover all of the 7 chakras with a protection of vibrations. So we make an arc shape or a rainbow shape over to the right hip and back is 1. And we do 7 of those, which represent the 7 chakras in our body. Those that have been coming for a while now, a few weeks, you'll know exactly what you're doing with this. The Kundalini also recognizes this action, and she starts to work for us as soon as we start raising it up with our hands. Our general stance is that we sit with our palms open like this on the lap, resting on the lap, very comfortable. This is because we're receiving something. We're receiving into our subtle system. Now, we've been doing quite a bit of clearing on the left side. We've done that quite often during the 21-day program. Tonight, we're going to do some affirmations on the right side. We may have done these already a little bit, but we'll do a few more. First of all, let's just let go of all any stress and tensions we may have picked up during the day, and drop both hands down to the Mother Earth. Sit comfortably with the back fairly straight. If you're sitting on the ground already, you can just rest the palms on the ground, on the Mother Earth. And I can tell you from experience that the Mother Earth awakens to this realized state that we have now within us. So this realization we've got, we start to have a very strong connection with all the elements actually, and we use the elements for our clearing techniques. So let's just drop these both hands down. We've done this before, of course, but we have to keep using these techniques to clear our system. Some people, when we do this action, if they're sensitive, they can actually feel a pulling sensation as the Mother Earth starts to clear the chakras. If you don't feel anything, don't worry, that's fine. But let's just do some deep breathing. It's always a good way to relax the body and the mind. So we breathe in through the nose. Try to breathe in and bring it into the lungs. And as we do, you could actually focus your attention on, as you inhale, you could bring the Kundalini up with your attention, the center channel to the top of the head. And as we exhale, we could imagine that we're letting go of all the stress and the tension, making sure that the shoulders are relaxed. You're not holding yourself stiff in any way. Let's do a few of those. Now, I can actually already feel little sensations on my fingertips. So I can feel different little pulsations as if the earth, the Mother Earth, is already clearing some chakras. I don't know if anyone else can feel that. So we get ourselves in this state, inner state, where we bring our attention inside. You can just keep breathing while we're clearing this. Just the stresses of the day. As you breathe in, bring your attention high up here. This is the Sahasrara chakra, a little bit above. Sometimes people feel sensations in the feet as well, because you'll see from the charts that we've shown you before that the chakras are represented in the toes and the feet, as well as the hands and the fingers. Let's bring our hands like this, open, palms back to the lap. Rest them very comfortably. And then there's another little action which you already know if you've been coming already, that we do. You can do this every day if you like. It helps to bring our attention in the right place. Again, we cup the hand and we bring it up the center channel gently and gradually. It's as if we're just holding some droplets of water, bringing them up. We can just drop them on the top of the Sahasrara chakra. Do it 3 times. It helps you during the day. You can just slip off if you're working to a little place that's quiet and raise your Kundalini like this in a very few minutes on a simple action. Now, the advice I give you at this point is if you've been meditating with us and you don't feel very much sensation at this chakra at the top of the head, then when you bring your hand up, place your palm quite firmly down and do a little massage. You can do that every day as well. Just a massage with the palm connecting with the Sahasrara, the thumb to nail area. But if you're sensitive already and you feel those vibrations at the top of the head, then just touch it lightly. It's quite a subtle feeling that you get. Just touch it lightly with the fingertips. Bring both palms to the lap. We're going to use this left hand, which is the cooling hand, and bring it across to the right side chakras. Now, many of you already know that the right side is made of sun. It's made of fire. So this is the element that we get connected to. And it's really great if we can use that for dynamism. But as humans are humans, we overdo things and we become overactive very often. Some people do, not everybody. And we do a lot of over planning. And we may have our attention very much in the future, futuristic thinking, we call it. And this creates heat in the body and the chakras. So the heat builds up in the right side. If you feel that you are that kind of person that over plans, overthinks, you've always got to think of what's coming up ahead instead of being in the present moment, then when you do your foot soak, use cooling water. Use cool water rather than warm. And that will help to cool you down. Let's bring this cooling left hand, over to the right hip. The right hip on the right side. This is the right Swadhisthana. And we're going to be directing our affirmations to our own Kundalini, the Mother Kundalini. So we're going to be learning about these qualities a little bit as well. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my right side. You can do these affirmations on the right side while you're foot soaking as well, if you like. The right hand is open on the palm because it's receiving the vibrations. And the left hand is now directing the vibrations into the chakras. All of these things we do very gradually, progressively, over a period of time. And very slowly and gradually we come more in the center, more in the here and now. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my overthinking. Please take away too much planning within me. Just notice if you feel any sensations in the right hand or in the top of the head to show you that the Kundalini is working for you. Bring this left hand up to the next chakra, which is just below the ribcage on the right side of the body. Again, still on the right side. This is the right Navi chakra. Mother Kundalini, please make me a dignified personality. Because the quality in this chakra gives us our dignity. Let those vibrations work for a few moments. See how this is very much inner work. We maybe didn't know this before, that we need to bring our attention inside and to open these beautiful petals that are in every chakra and allow those qualities to start to come forward into our lives. Let's bring this left hand, and we have, as Philippa told us a few nights ago, we have a right heart chakra. So we bring the left cooling hand onto the right heart. Now then, here we say, Mother Kundalini, please awaken my courage. Please make me like a warrior in this journey of mine, this spiritual journey. Please make me a warrior. Because the thing is, what we're doing with this work, we might already have courage, we might feel that we have enough courage. But if we say these affirmations and awaken the chakras more, then we're actually rippling out these qualities to people around us. So it never gets wasted. It's always helping somebody. Please make me a warrior in this journey of mine. Bring the left hand, tuck it into the left shoulder and neck joint. This is the right Vishuddhi. You can turn your head slightly away from the hand. Now, this right Vishuddhi is the quality of the way we speak to others, and the way we have respect for ourselves and for others. Please, Mother Kundalini, make me a sweet personality. Please make my speech with other people very sweet. Not falsely so. This is why we're working on the chakra, to make it truthful and honest and genuine, not falsely sweet. And you can imagine that people who use sarcasm, we've all come across people like that, I'm sure. Then it just really grates on this chakra. It grates on our spirit, really. So sarcasm, it hurts other people. So we ask for sweetness at this chakra here. We now bring this left hand and we can put it on the side of our head, here on the left side of the head this time, because the right channel comes up, goes across to the left side of the head. And this is our ego. So ego gets a little bit bloated here. It's where human ego gathers in this place here. So we can simply say, please reduce my ego. Please make me witness only what is true in myself and in others. Let me witness the truth in myself and in others without ego. And then we can bring both hands back to the lap, open palms. And now see if we can put our whole attention on our own Kundalini, this powerhouse that's within us. She feels very gentle within us. She comes up very gently, never to harm us or hurt us, but there is a power there as well, very much so. So this Kundalini is all-knowing, pure, flowing through us like a live stream, really. And when we meditate, we're allowing her to do her work. So you can put your attention on your Kundalini during your meditations, but remember to bring your attention high up above the head. Rest it there. And if you can raise it a little bit higher, this is beyond thought. So we're aiming to achieve that thoughtless awareness state. Just see what you feel. If you feel any sensations in the hands and the fingers. Can you feel cool in the palms? And very often, when we first start to do Sahaja meditation, we feel cool in one palm more than the other. This is quite normal as it's working out the right and left side. So this right side, we want to do things more effortlessly, but we still want to be dynamic in our lives as well. We're going to have a talk by Shri Mataji now. It's a very short one tonight, actually. So we'll go to that now.
And the greatest truth is that we all have become human beings to become the spirit. We are still not in that stage. That's why there are problems around us. Once you become the truth, it being the absolute, you reach the state of absoluteness. Then there is no difference of ideologies, no differences of nation. All nations, one knows, are created by God Almighty. Just He created variety to give a beautiful world to us. Variety always gives beauty. That's why this variety was created, just to make the world very interesting, but not for fighting or for quarreling or for believing that this part belongs to us and that part belongs to somebody else. The human problem, as I have studied, is very simple, is to be understood in a detached way. Now here you can see the beautiful machinery that is working within ourselves. If you see on the left hand side, we have, somebody should come, blue colored line. And the right hand side you see a yellow line. In the center you see a white channel. These are our autonomous nervous systems, 3 channels, left and right sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. When I talk of medical science, people get quite surprised. But it has something to do to understand what are we inside ourselves. Now this parasympathetic nervous system is the system that gives us balance. For example, if I am running fast, my heart will start thumping. But it comes to normal through parasympathetic nervous system. And medical science doesn't know much about the parasympathetic nervous system, which is actually in the center. These chakras are around the parasympathetic nervous system, and like my fingers here, this is the chakra in the center here, and this is the left sympathetic and this is the right sympathetic, and they both put together make this center to form the parasympathetic. Simple as that. Now what happens with human beings? That they have a capacity, they have a freedom also to go to the left or to the right. They can be very emotional people. They can go to the emotional side to such an extent that they can become fanatics. They can go further with it, so that the left side, which represents our subconscious, then the collective subconscious can be entered into. So they can enter into collective subconscious also. Subconscious also has 3-4 layers. That is, we can say the present subconscious, the past subconscious, and subconscious of ages. Then the collective subconscious, where all that is dead exists in that area. Now when you move too much on that side, you get attacked by that side. And that side has got all that is dead, which attacks you, which triggers. On the right hand side, we have got another channel of the right sympathetic nervous system. This channel represents our activity and our future. So when you are overactive, you're working very hard, you are futuristic, all the time thinking about the future, you start moving towards the right side, to such an extent that you can enter into your collective supraconscious also. In the same way, you have got your present supraconscious and also collective supraconscious. Now, human beings have a capacity that they can move to the left and to the right with their attention. They can project their attention to the left or to the right, or they can be moderate in the center. So, when people talked of religion, I mean the real people who came on this earth, they talked of religion. They talked about our valency, that's a human valency, is of 10 number. And that's why they talked of 10 commandments. Or in every religion, they talked about it, that we have to keep this balance. When we go out of this balance, then we either move to the left or to the right. But if you see the history of religions, it is just the opposite. That all these religions have created conditionings within us. A kind of a fanaticism, a kind of a blind faith, which was never the purpose of establishing your valencies within yourself. The movement to the right is also another problem of the modern times. When we move to the right, we actually start becoming very egoistical. The activity that we form, the activity that we perform, creates a balloon-like structure on our head, as you see, crossing over here as ego, that yellow stuff. On the left-hand side, when we are conditioned very much, we get another balloon, which we call as superego. Jung also missed the point because he described that there are layers horizontally placed within ourselves. It is not so. God is a great constructor and manager. For example, you have put a road for me here. I don't have to pass through different rows. In the same way, he placed everything in a vertical way, and the road to realization is kept free within us.
That was a little bit longer than I thought, actually. So before we finish, to help us through the title for tonight was Getting Things Done Without Effort. I'm not sure whether we've covered that very much, but anyway, there are three affirmations that I wanted to give you. We've done a few of them already, but just to pinpoint them again a little bit. Just to help us through, slight difficult times. And there's one on the heart, one on the center Vishuddhi, and this one for the Agya chakra. Now, if we're having any pain or physical problems in the body, it's very useful. A lot of Sahaj practitioners have found real benefit by saying, I am the spirit. You know this affirmation already. We did it at the very beginning. But it's very useful to remind ourselves along the way. You don't have to put your hand on the heart, but this is where the affirmation belongs. You can just say it. And I do encourage you to actually use these affirmations just in your attention, in everyday life. When you're at work or traveling, whatever, you can put your attention on positive affirmations for the chakras. So if you have any illness or slight ailment, or even if your attention's wandering to something a little bit more negative, we can remind ourselves, I'm just the spirit. I'm not this body, not this mind. I'm just the spirit. And slowly, it helps us to come into this center point, this here and now. The second one sits here in the center of the Vishuddhi chakra. And the quality in this chakra is detached witness state. It's quite a tough one, but we need to practice it. Is if someone is difficult with us, rude to us, we need to practice this. I am a detached witness, or please make me a detached witness. If we say I am a detached witness, we're then affirming that we are that. The spirit grows into that. So we start to draw back from reacting to other people and to things that are said and done. I wanted to talk a bit more about that, but that'll be for next time. I am a detached witness. You can also say, please make me a detached witness, asking the Kundalini. And then the other one, again, we've done many times. You don't have to put your hand here. I forgive. And there's a lot of things we can forgive ourselves. We forgive our mistakes. We can even say, I forgive my thoughts. I forgive myself for overthinking, because it was a natural process. We're just learning to come out of that. So those three things will help us to live our lives with a little bit less effort. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. Again, it's a very simple affirmation you can say any time of the day. So that's it. We better finish there. We're over a little bit. We're going to have the slides up now for the mentorship. I'll just say again, if anybody's new, the one thing we must do, let's just do it quickly before we finish, is to raise our Kundalini up again together. Tie a knot like we normally do, so that we finish the session and close it like this. Raise the Kundalini, tie 2 knots. Again, tie 3 knots. And then we put on the bandana. So we're protecting, we've been opening the chakras a little bit during meditation. We're just putting that protection on again. 7 bandanas around the body. Thank you very much for meditating with me tonight. So the slide is about the mentorship. Lots of you are already signed up for this. There is a form that you fill in, and that there's a team that looks after matching you with someone who you can have as a one-to-one relationship. That QR code that you see, you can scan that with your phone. And there's also a link, which is in the chat, I believe. It's been put into the chat, and you need to get that link before it disappears, I think. If you can't do any of those, if you speak to somebody on Thursday night in the breakout room, that will also get you through to a mentorship. So you can have a Sahaja practitioner look after you. Usually we link them up with people in your area, and or as near to you as possible. And it really helps to have that support, because you can ask any questions you like along your journey. And that support can be by phone or email, or, you know, whichever way you decide with your mentor. So I don't know if there's any other slides. The tech people will put them on, but Thursday, yes. So the power of childlike innocence. That is the title for Thursday. Please come and join us. And again, we'll have the breakout rooms at the end of that. So I hope you have very nice deep meditations. I hope you sleep well. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.